Being an entrepreneur is hard. Chasing a dream while juggling real life isn't easy. But you're not alone. Here at Behind the Glamour, we pull back the curtain on the lives of entrepreneurs to share the real stories, the struggles, the setbacks, and the journeys to success. We go behind the scenes of the unglamorous life of an entrepreneur. Hi guys, I'm so excited for you to hear this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so excited because I was able to interview Shelton Wilder. She's one of my favorites. She could not be kinder. She's just so dynamic. She's a superwoman. She's really inspiring. I think you will love this episode. The audio didn't turn out as well as we had hoped, but this is a little learning curve. We're learning here. This is my first podcast, first time doing one. So please bear with me, but this is a great episode. The interview is so good. She just dropped so much wisdom and she shared her story so openly, and I know that it is going to inspire you. So keep tuning in.
Hi. Hello, Shelton Wilder.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. This is so exciting.
Yes.
I think that you're going to inspire so many people. I'm inspired by you, and you're such a good, nice person. And I think that's really at the core of your success because people really like you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really try.
Yes. And you are such a good agent.
Oh.
And you've had quite a career so far. Pretty fast, too.
Well, I am very grateful. Yes. Every day, I'm like, oh my gosh. That first 2 years of crying every day paid off.
What's so funny about that is I think that's what connected us because I was following you on Instagram.
Yes.
And you shared like, oh, I cried every day for the first 2 years. And I laughed because I was like, oh my God, I cried too.
Yes.
I'm not alone in this. And you still cry. Like things happen where you're like, oh my gosh.
Yes. It still comes up and it's just blows your mind, but you're just keep moving forward.
Yes.
They're all just lessons that you keep learning like we were talking about.
Yes, exactly. And you just have to keep moving forward so you don't lose your mind.
Exactly.
Because it's a lot. And I think there's a lot that we do behind the scenes that people don't really know about.
1,000,000%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's why you called it.
Yes. I was like, this is why it's called Behind the Glamour.
Exactly.
So welcome to Behind the Glamour.
Yay!
I'm excited to get into your story.
Okay.
Because you had a whole other business and life before this.
Very much so. Yes.
And I need to point out that you are not from Los Angeles.
I'm not from LA.
Yes.
I know.
Which is major because you've been able to be really successful. I'm not from Los Angeles either. Mm-hmm. So I look to you and I'm like, okay, you can do it. And you don't make excuses. You stay positive. You do those affirmations.
Yes, it's true. And you just jump right in and there's kind of no excuses. Just kind of keep moving forward. So yes, but I am from North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm Sheltonia from Gastonia. And right outside of Charlotte. And yeah, I had a lot of success early on. I went to University of Georgia, and then I went back to Charlotte, and I ran a clothing store there called Capital, which is honestly one of the most iconic stores. I would say top 5 stores in the country, maybe the world. And it's a destination in Charlotte, and there's one at the Brentwood Country Mart, which is wild.
That's
there's
crazy.
One here now.
Down the street from you now.
Yes, that's my favorite store. But I did that, and I was kind of like the Rachel Zoe of Charlotte. That was like my, position, and I would style all the women, and it was so much fun, and help them get ready for all the events. And so I had a lot of success there, but I interned in LA when I was 21 at ICM for Joe Funicello and for Babette Perry, and I was just kind of fell in love with LA and was like, oh my gosh, I gotta live here. But then I had this career back in Charlotte, but always in the back of my mind, I was like, I still want to go. So at 26, I decided to move to LA and leave that amazing career. And then my dad was like, what are you doing? And then I wanted to start my own business out here. So I did. And I had a luxury lifestyle management company. Yes. And it was basically like I would shop and style, and I planned this like insanely amazing wedding for clients.
Whoa.
out here in Malibu. So I just kind of figured it out, and I did that, and then I started a clothing line called, it was called Sheltini.
Okay.
First.
Oh, it was.
It was called Sheltini.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes, it's so cute. I love that name.
I love that.
But it was kind of based off of a martini that I made up for myself.
Okay.
And then you'll hear the rest of the story, wondering why I changed it later. But yes, everybody thought I had a trust fund or something, but I didn't. I just was making my own money, but then I was kind of doing like a Ponzi scheme on myself. So I was taking money from this company, the luxury lifestyle management, that was successful, and then that's how I was fueling my clothing line. Mm-hmm. And then everything crashed into 2008 and 9. And then I lost it all. And I had to file for bankruptcy, which I was able to do bankruptcy. But the shame of that is so wild. Nobody tells you.
Right. Of
about
what it feels
the shame.
like. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And kind of the secrets of all of that. And so filed for bankruptcy. And then in October 22nd, 2009, I had an intervention. My friends sat with me, and then I thought it was like a house meeting because we all lived together on the Venice canals, but it was an intervention, and it was not about who's taking out the trash. And then I had like a white light experience and very amazing just transformation just that day, and I've never had a drink since that day.
Whoa.
Ever, never. And so it'll come up on 16 years, and then I went to rehab on Monday. That was a Thursday. I went to rehab Monday, and been, sober ever since. But I was like, legally blonde goes to rehab. I mean, it was, everybody's like, wait, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, no, I'm here to be sober with you, because I was all dressed up. And
they're probably like, what?
They just thought
like,
I was
you look fine.
I was like a counselor or something. I was like, no. And I can't drink. I definitely am that. And so, yeah, I really lost everything. I had to restart my whole life. Mm-hmm. So, but I did. And I'd never done real estate ever. And then I restarted the clothing line. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what happened. And then I got in Shark Tank, which you knew about.
Yes, which is so cool. I mean, that's such you accomplished so much in such a short period of time.
It was. And I believe, I was talking to somebody about this too, about, I was 29 and got in $500,000 in debt. And I'm always like, that's pretty impressive. It's like, who does that? It's just, I just was going for it. Mm-hmm. But I was almost that, like, just scheming, but it was like, I'm hustling and I had to get it done. So I have that part of me, that grit inside of me. I didn't really understand money.
Right.
So, which I really care about, like, sharing that with my children. Mm-hmm. I didn't really get it. I had this, like, platinum Amex, and it was just racking up all of this debt,
mm-hmm.
but it kept going. So
right, so you're like, oh my gosh, but it's also something that, they don't teach you about that in school, and they definitely should be, because they don't teach you about taxes or money or
it should be
things.
called RL, real life.
Yes.
That's all. Every person should have to start a business in high school and, like, balance the checkbook and know, mm-hmm. and, like, be told about credit cards, that then if you get it and then the debt keeps rolling, then it's at 25%. It's wild.
It's insane the how much interest you end up paying.
And you don't
for the thing that cost $100, now it's $3.
Yeah. So it's not told to you. So anyway, I'm very passionate about that and making sure my children understand it. They're even starting their own charity right now. They're 11 years old and 9 years old.
That's really amazing.
But AI is so helping, and there's so many different cool things that they can, look to AI nowadays. But so I was really in the dark, but I was always going to make sure that I was going to make it. But it's just, I crashed and burned, and I learned humility. So that's the best thing that ever happened. So that, I think, is the best tool that I have taken from the bankruptcy and the loss and going from those highs to the lows, is I have no ego. Mm-hmm. And that has really helped me in real estate.
Oh, for sure.
To not have an ego. I just kind of am able to go with the flow. Mm-hmm. I'm, like, very communicative, easy. I don't fight with the other agents. I don't do that. I don't fight with my clients. I see a lot of that and hear a lot of that and a lot of struggle. Mm-hmm. But I all the transactions try to be like a love fest. # love fest. Because we're all have the same goal.
Right.
So, and I always have my clients in the back of my mind of, like, is this going to serve them? Is this helpful to them? Would yelling at this person right now be helpful? No, none of that is helpful.
Right. I agree with you because I've had people be very rude to me.
Yes.
Other agents, clients, sometimes, usually just men, but, and so I just don't react because I always have to stop and think, okay, where is this coming from? Why are they doing this? And it's usually not about you, it's about them.
It's about them and it's about fear.
So it's, and I think that kindness can accomplish a lot of things, and it's very important. We're in a world that really needs kindness.
More kindness.
Yeah.
You have to have it. Yeah.
So true. And I think, also to your credit, you have a lot of followers, but you're very engaging with people.
Not always writing back.
Yeah,
that's me. It's
so
not my
nice.
social media manager. It's me that
Yes.
writes back. So it's so nice because if somebody sends me a comment, I'm like, oh, I'm going to say something back. And just being social on social media is important. It's like, it's a social platform. And I'm still the same, I'm Sheltoni from Gastonia. I don't think I'm so great because I sell real estate. I mean, it's just crazy what people think they're their own celebrities in this business. And it's like, no.
They definitely have an ego, and you're like, yes, no one cares about your car or your diamonds or anything.
Yeah, and it's like we're just supposed to be here to be of service to our clients. Like that's our only job.
Exactly.
So,
and I think kindness helps in that and goes a really long way.
Yes.
And what we connected on was the crying every day.
Yes.
Because it's like, I was like, oh my God, I feel less alone in this. And then your mom.
Yeah.
Because you had shared about your mom.
I know.
And I was like, and I think at that time it had only been like maybe a few years or a year and a half or something.
Yeah, because it's now 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this will be close to 4.
It's coming
and
up
so,
for you.
and it's like, I just think, my mom was such a good mom and such a good person, and I feel fortunate to have very good parents, very nice parents who always showed up for me. Aww. And so, and I know that it's, how it is. It's like, it just kind of everything just kind of tilts off its axis, and then your life is not the same without them.
I know.
It just is a strange... It's a club that nobody wants to be in, but unfortunately we're in it.
And we're all going to end up being in it, but it's a lot of times, I don't know for you, I don't know if I mentioned this when I was on, maybe you saw me talk about this, but it's that there was so, like right after it happened, and even for like 2 years, because I called her every day for a year and a half, like before, because she had lung cancer, and it was just, it was happening. So I got a lot of, and you got time with your mom too, that we talked about. That was beautiful, but I tried to call her all the time. I kept trying to call her. I was just so used to calling her after she passed. Yes. So I was like, wait, we just got this I just got signed this listing, or this happened, or something with Bowen Lane, and I want to call.
And that's your first call, and that's the same for me. It was like, so my mom had breast cancer that then spread to her lung, and so it collapsed her lung, and she was on oxygen the last few months, and it, and it's hard because you're like, what is this strong, independent woman who's been like she's traveled all over, and now this is, it's hard to see that. And she was really in good spirits and stayed positive, but same thing, and it really makes a difference, but it's still like, it almost tricks your brain into thinking like, oh, she's gonna be totally fine, she's completely fine, but then you're like, no, like it, but that is, the power of positive thinking even in the midst of that. And same thing, we spoke on the phone every single day. I still call my dad every day too. Fortunate that I can do that. And so I did it too. I would be like, Siri, call mom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Like, I can't, it's really crazy how, and even like my brother, we were talking about something, and he was like, we should ask mom. And it was like, and I think there's so much, sadness around it with your siblings, or you're seeing your other parent and how sad they are. You're like, you have your own grief, and then you're kind of taking on theirs too, because you're so sad for them. And it's just it's just a strange thing. It's like the Twilight Zone, you're like, this is my new like life now, and it's hard to like navigate, but I know.
Well, I know your mom would be proud of you.
Thank you,
I'm
and
sure.
yours too. I'm sure she's like so
oh my
proud.
gosh.
Like,
oh my god, I mean, her friends were all like, "Oh my gosh, we love your mom, and we're so sad she's gone." But gosh, all she would do is talk about you and tell what you're doing now, what you're doing. You know, I was like, "Oh my god, it's so embarrassing."
oh, it's so funny. Like
in heaven, she's just like, "Did you see what Shelton's doing now?" I was like,
They're
"Oh
probably-
my god."
they're probably right now like, those are my kids.
Yeah,
they're probably up
hanging
there
out,
somewhere.
having
Like,
some wine.
oh, nice. Yeah, because my mom, same thing. It was like, oh, she would always do a Christmas letters. Like,
Oh,
and then you think
cute.
about how much time that takes. You're like, oh my gosh, there's a letter for every, because we were going through her
Oh, she
things, and we
did.
were like
That's
the
so
letters
sweet.
for every year, and she would just be like, you know, Lindsay's doing this
Lindsay
and
did
this and this,
this.
and she's in Los
Yeah.
Angeles, and like she works at the agency, and like, you know, she was so proud, and that's a nice feeling, and you know, I think the hard part about the grief for me is like I felt like I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be, or I didn't accomplish certain things I wanted for her to see.
Well, she sees.
So like, yeah, and
She's
so
here.
it's just kind of coming to terms with like she's still watching over, and like,
Yeah.
you know, you see the signs. Like I had a cardinal fly in the house.
Yes, is your mom a bird? Because mine's a bird.
Yes,
She's in
I
my house every
swear.
day.
A red cardinal.
here.
Like,
Oh, yours is a red cardinal.
Yeah.
Okay, mine's just
just a
these,
any
these
type
sweet
of.
little birds.
Oh
that
my
they're
gosh.
always just in my house. I'm like, stop pooping
Yeah.
on my walls, Mom. And
that's
I literally
so
sound like a crazy person.
No,
I
but
think
yeah,
some people wrote back like, maybe don't talk about your mom and your stories that she's a bird. But I'm like, but she literally is. It's on the tennis court. It's in my house.
Yeah.
Birds will come in our listing. Like it.
You're like, what? And it's so weird because it flew in. I mean, and I'm like, how many times have we had the door open and the garage open, just doing random things around the house?
Yeah.
And it flew in and landed right on the fireplace mantle. And she had been, you know, staying in the living room because she couldn't go up the stairs after a certain point.
There she is.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so the movers had to like catch the bird to like let it back outside.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, oh my gosh. It was just crazy. And just things like that sound until you're in it, until it's happened to you. It doesn't so you saying that it doesn't sound crazy to me.
We sound fine, but
Yeah. I'm like,
people
I
are
totally get it. That's exactly what happened to me. And like, and other people are like, or you're like, and flickering lights, or something was moved out of place and nobody was here, so how could it be moved? And like, just things like that might be like insane to other people, but because you've experienced it, you're like, it's a thing. It's really a thing. I swear. Like, and it just looks insane until you're like in that space, and then you're like, I understand now.
Yeah, and you're glad that it happens.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to pivot to when you first. When you first started, because we were talking about this,
my God.
It's scary because you don't know anything. You know, you get your license and you're like, all right, now what do I do? What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Oh yeah, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so did you have somebody that was guiding you?
I did. I was at a little brokerage. It was in Malibu called Monarch, and her name was Laura, was the owner of it. And she was a very good mentor. Okay. She was really, really helpful to me in the beginning.
Yes.
And then it was hard when I left, and then I went to Berkshire Hathaway. By the way, I've been at 7 brokerages, and now I've been in business 9 years. But within like 7 years, I've been at 7 brokerages.
Right.
But not some of it because one, like Douglas Elliman bought Telus. Like so some of it was
right.
Not
it was
my
like
fault.
a merging thing.
But I did move around a lot, which I actually am grateful for because I know everybody, which is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been able to, keep good relationships all within the, different managers and everything. But I know a lot, and now I know, like, I'm at Christie's, and I'm, like, very happy there. And I am, like, settled in. I want to stay there for a long time. If you hear that, Erin, I want to stay a long time. Nina, yeah, we love it. But I'm just, it was good for me to do, because you really don't know anything in the beginning. So she was actually very helpful. She was a great mentor. And then when I went to Berkshire Hathaway, I had another mentor there, like you were saying that you have Michelle.
Yes.
So it is so helpful, and that's kind of my first year. I was doing this business, and then I didn't join a team because I knew I wanted a team, and I started a team my second year,
which is amazing.
And my husband's always like, "Yeah, well, you couldn't even afford to pay attention," and I was like, "I know, I didn't have extra money." Right. I didn't have, and I say this out of love. about my husband, the reason I started in real estate was because I talk about the click, because I have a podcast too, like the click of like, okay, so I did Shark Tank, was like not going to sling slips anymore. It was like my little clothing line that was, shimmy, and it was very lonely. I don't like that side of the business. It was just like calling stores or shipping things out. I have to go to the place to ship things. Like, no, I would get an order and like throw my phone across
I'm done.
I'm like, I got an order. It's like, I think you're done. If someone's giving
like
you
annoyed,
money and you're like mad, okay, I think we're done.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, okay, we're done. So, my husband's like, okay, you're done with this. And then I have my first child was Bo, and I nursed him for 19 months. I mean, I was like mom of the year. Didn't leave him for 19 months, didn't leave him for longer than 4 hours. Like, I was with him like 24/7. Yes. And we were so bonded, so close. And then I stopped nursing because I wanted to get pregnant with my second. So then I got my license in my second trimester with my second son. So that's when I did it. But then I was like not really fully in real estate for a while. So that's why this is like my 9th year, because he's 9.
Right.
And so that's how I always kind of know. So, but what happened is that I had this big successful career, and then I had these companies and like made all this money. I mean, I looked like I used to have my own driver. I had, I was at the bottle service. I was at the clubs. I was like the biggest stylist. So I was always in Neiman's and Barney. It was like that. And then going from that, and then my husband had never been married before. He's an attorney, but he's like, oh my God, now I'm supporting this woman
person,
and then this baby. And it's not like it was like, just here, unlimited fun. So I had a platinum Amex, but it would cut off at $1,000. And I was like, oh my God, like I can't, this isn't the life that I wanted. It's not just about money, but it was like about lifestyle, because I was so used to having my own. And I was like, okay, I gotta go do something. I gotta sell something. Like, I love you card, but like $1,000 a month, I can barely like come to lunch. Like, I spend way more than that every day.
Here.
Yeah, especially in LA.
So easy to do.
No, yeah. So I was like, okay, no. And that I'm grateful to him though for that, because then it was like a big driving force. I was like, no, I'm going to do this. And I love to be underestimated, because I'm underestimated all the time.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, because he was like, oh my God, real estate agent. It's so hard to be a real estate agent. Yeah, I mean,
yes.
He's like, you should have just told me that you're going to go be an actor. I was like, no. I was like, I'll show you. You know what I mean?
So, do it.
So I did it, and then but every single day. But I really, the beginning and the crying every day was so real. Because when I got sober, I cried every day for the first 2 years. It's just like a thawing out. For sure. And then this new switching of a career at 37 years old. I'm 46, 35 forever. But I was like, oh my gosh. And then I have this baby, but I can't. I want a bigger life. Like, I want to buy a house. I want to have this. I want to be the country clubs. Like, and it was not just like the outside things. It was just the lifestyle for my own children. Like, I grew up with the like private school and clubs and all these different things. I'm like, I'm not going to do something different for my own family.
Right.
And so anyway, that was very driving force for me. And I knew I could do it. And so I just head down and I studied social media. I studied all of the agents. I was obsessed. I looked for them. I asked Joyce Ray. She was sweet enough to come to lunch with me. I took her to lunch at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'll never forget that. It was like really darling that she even spent time to do that with me.
So kind.
So kind. She's the GOAT. I mean, she is like the grand dame. Like, she's amazing. And so, and I love Jade Mills, but I like studied them. I'm like, what are they doing? And it wasn't really social media yet. So that's when I started my Wilder Wednesdays. And it's been going on for 8.5 years, where I just turn on the camera and I was like, hi friends, welcome back to Wilder Wednesday. And I'm like, I'm gonna do a video every week.
Yeah.
And I did, because I said I was gonna do it. Oh my God, my family, my friends, everybody was teasing me. They were making so much fun of me. They were like, oh my God, she's so embarrassing. This is so cringe. I can't believe she's doing this. I don't care. I just was like, nope, I said I was going to do it, so I have to do it.
And look at you now.
And consistency, queen of consistency.
Yes.
I haven't missed. And it's been 8.5 years.
And you have a lot of followers now.
Well, yeah. And because I was like one of the first to like do the videos and put myself out there. And I was like, now I talk about all different things. But I was like, what's escrow? What's title? Like, I was doing all those videos in the beginning. And then and then a series of like introducing people and like different vendors I like and different places I like to go. It's just, so it's kind of like now it's much more lifestyle. Kind of my page is obviously my real estate, but then lifestyle as well, which I think go hand in hand. And because it's not at all times people are looking to buy real estate, but it's like they want to know what my favorite new restaurants are in Brentwood. So that's fascinating, and then they'll save it or share it, or I just kind of want to be in the know and like the person that people text and go to. Like this morning, past client from 4 years ago, okay, I need a pool guy and drainage guy. Oh, he calls me. He doesn't call anybody else. So I wanted to be the go-to person because I had a concierge business.
Yes.
So I knew that.
So you were that, yeah.
I knew that. So I wanted to be the go-to because if you're a concierge, I mean, I was planning a wedding. I was getting their outfits. I was telling them which restaurants, which, people to have for their caterer. I mean, you have to know so many different things. Same in real estate, and I wanted to kind of be that person. And that's also why I started a team. It's because I didn't want anybody to have to suffer like I did and cry every day.
Yes.
With all these, so it's like being able to help. It's a all-female team. There's 11 of us.
I love that.
And so we've been able to grow together, and, I'm very supportive, so they don't have to go through because real estate is very challenging, and like you said, it's like behind all the glamour and glitz and all the stuff that we see on the shows. That's not real. I mean, we're like picking up poop or mushrooms that we're
vacuuming,
vacuuming, getting spiders, picking up cockroaches. I'm like, okay, we gotta call I mean, it's never ending, but it's just like keeping that, I call it my positron attitude, but but like always, I mean, there's not a single day that's the same.
Right. Yeah. Every day is different. Every deal is different. Because you think like, okay, eventually I'll figure out what I'm doing when you're new. And then it's like, okay, I figured out what I'm doing, but something is now happening that I've never seen before. I've never dealt with. Where you're like on the phone, here's what's happening. What do I do? You know? And so it's so nice that you have that and that they have that support. It's very scary because Michelle Schwartz is my mentor.
Yeah, your mentor.
And I still call her all the time. We still work together. We still do deals together. But I was scared of everything. And she was so nice to me. And
it's terrifying. It's people's biggest transaction. The most amount of money. If you check one wrong box or do one wrong thing, I mean, it's a lot. And I'm married to a lawyer. My dad's a lawyer. My brother's a lawyer. I'm like, oh my gosh, when I'm going to get sued, what is this? Oh my God, I'm going to be in trouble. And it's like, no. So I have it all down pat, but the more, if you're a new agent, just get somebody to call. Like don't think you can just figure it out.
You
just
cannot
get help
for sure. And it's so important to have that.
Yes,
because it is overwhelming. And I remember, I don't know how you felt when you first saw the paperwork, but I was like,
that's
do I have to go to law school now?
Yeah, it was. Yes.
So scary. And it's, you're like, okay, how do I fill this out? And people who are really seasoned are saying like MOT and they're abbreviating things and you're Googling because you don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Thank God for AI now. You're like, we'll just chat this up, chat GPT this.
Right. We've come a long way.
We've come a long way because we didn't have that. We were just like, well, let me call my manager or let me call my mentor. Yeah.
Yes, and I can't imagine. Now we have DocuSign, which is amazing because before that, people had to actually print everything. And it's like
I think if it was that back then, I don't even know if I could have done it. I think driving contracts to people's houses to sign.
Oh my gosh! I do not think I think no. I feel like I would have been like absolutely not, especially here because oh my gosh,
but driving anywhere, so far,
it's so much, and the traffic is crazy. And that's another thing we're in traffic all the time, or we live in the car, we eat in the car, we're on the phone in the car, we take the calls in the car. It's like
that's our office.
The office. I have to get my car cleaned all the time, constantly, because I'm just in and out of it. Like we live in there. You're like in the trunk. There's paper towels, toilet paper, soap, because there's vacant listings.
Open house basket. Yes,
a whole thing, and it's a lot. It's super overwhelming. So your first year, I believe I saw that you closed 2 leases and then you sold the $650,000.
$665.
$665.
And
okay.
I was so pregnant babe.
Oh.
I think they picked us because I was out to here.
Oh my goodness.
I was 9 months pregnant, and I was just like, we were the first offer in. It came on the market, and we sent an offer. I mean, it was insane. It got 25 offers.
Oh my gosh. That's a cheap price at that time.
It was in Encino.
Oh my
gosh. And it was, oh my God. I didn't understand inspection. I didn't even understand
so much
contingencies.
Oh.
What is that? I didn't even know.
I didn't know either.
I had they were helping me in the background, but I was just like, oh my God. They were like, oh yeah, what inspectors? Like now, that's why it's on my team. I have everything so organized because it was like everything I didn't have, that I've like created. I mean, everything's a template. Everything is, I have the best vendors. We call it our A team, but it's like a whole, and this like inspection election email that we send out. None of that. None of that was done, but we did get it. We did close. I got the worst lender.
No.
It was, no, to this day, I still talk to her and we're like, how do we even get through that? But we got the best, we got the house, we got the best deal, but that was my first, that's how I started. But I was so insane that I thought my first year, when they were like, do your goals, I was like, oh, I'm going to sell 52 million this year. Like, that is totally unhinged. I mean,
I love that.
No, but that was so outrageous. I was like,
I'm gonna
or 665,000 in 2 leases.
That's so funny.
Crazy. Anyway, I sat with Joyce Ray and she was like, oh, well, you're doing great. I only did 2 leases when I started.
I did 1 the first year. Yeah.
And so people don't understand that you have to have like either a partner. Yeah. Like that you're, married or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's like
helping you.
Yeah. Because Clark was paying for our living expenses and all of that stuff. For sure. But it was just like, I was just trying to work. And then next year it went from that to 8 million.
Wow, and that's amazing.
Then like 15, then
so you climbed the ladder,
then 42, then 50. Yeah, then it started growing, And so far our best year was 2022, 150, but I think we're going to beat that this year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so because we've already closed 6 months in, we've closed 39 houses.
That's amazing.
39 sides this year, and over 100. So I mean, we're having a very good year this year, and I think it's just the word gets out because we are 97 or 98% just referral. Right, which is, so that is amazing because the whole prospecting is a whole other... I'm not great at it. I'm not great at prospecting. I stay in touch with my clients, with my past clients. I do this home anniversary thing where they get a special gift the month that they bought their house, even if it was 7 years ago now. People are like, you're still, like I bought a $400,000 condo in Sherman Oaks that we sold 2 years later. I'm like, yeah, and you're still going to get a present like every year. I mean, they don't even live in LA. They live in Orange County now. But like, they're still going to get their present every year, even though it was 7 years ago. Right. That's their home anniversary. And like, I saw him last night. He's like, I can't believe you're still sending. I was like, oh, you're like, I appreciate your business, and I meant that. Yeah, I meant that, like, for forever. Yeah. And so, and because most people become friends, because then you get close, and, you go through the process together, but I do want to stay in touch. That's not just a way to stay, it's just a thank you every year. But I do stay in touch with my clients. That's like my best thing. But I think it's because of Instagram. Social media. Because they can follow you. And it's very important because I think, I have a beautiful website with luxury presence that I love, but it's more like, okay, say if you're a mom friend and she's like, oh, I really like Shelton, you should follow her. And then that's the first intro in. And so they see like, I'm not just going to be hounding, every day is not just like a sold or just listed, sold, it's like, oh, she's out and about. Oh, she just went to Wimbledon. She's like a real person. Oh, she likes tennis. Oh, she likes fashion. Oh, she likes this restaurant. She likes these clothes. She likes these hand soaps. So I try to be more engaging. Yes. To where, and then highlighting people too that I like.
For sure, and I think that's really important. Somebody that we both like is Alyssa Goodman with the Easy Kitchen.
She's a dear, dear friend.
She's so sweet.
I love posting about her cleanses. She's always like,
the best.
Are you ready for another cleanse? Because every time you post, it sells out. I'm like, that's so nice.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
I
like
love
anytime.
I love that. I like that you have the power now to elevate other people too.
Yes,
that's really cool.
And I just do it for, there's no like money in it. It's just like I want her to do well, and like I'm happy for her, and I think it's a great cleanse. I think what she does,
so delicious.
It's delicious.
It's so delicious
and healthy, and I always feel so much better. So so she's amazing at that. And that's how I actually met her. Well, we were friends online, but I met her because I have my own women's group that's for female entrepreneurs. It's up to like 240 women. It's called Wilder Women. And we meet like every 6 weeks and at like a different venue, and it just highlight each other, and then everybody goes around the room and says what they do. And I said the only requirement for membership is that you meet a new friend, and then you go have coffee or drinks or whatever and send me a selfie. And like stay in touch and meet a new friend, because sometimes in LA, if you don't have just mom friends, then it's harder to meet new friends and that have things in common.
Yes.
So anyway, that's been very important in my business, but also just in my life. I just really, I love to connect people. It's really I just feel so good about it. Like if I find out that somebody's met and they've been able to do something together, that brings me so much joy. Like I know that sounds kind of silly, but
no, I think that's really nice, like connecting people, and it is part of like our business too, so it makes sense that you would be good at that.
I like it.
And I think that's nice because, I came here by myself. I moved from Kansas City. I was 27. So
same.
I'm like, I have no idea what is happening, but I will figure this out. And so my mom, we packed up my car and another car. We both drove out here, and it was a long drive.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun, and she helped me get settled and everything, because I was like, I don't know. I'm really, really grateful for that. And I remember when she was leaving, I was just crying. I'm like, what am I going to do? And so you move and you don't know people. But then I thought, okay, where do I always find my people? It's always at dance. It's always at dance studio.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I started going, to dance class and acting class and all these things. So I that's sort of where I started building out a community. And then in real estate, you meet a lot of people, and so I love that you're doing that. Though I'll have to come to
check it.
Like I love meeting people,
and then I have my agent group too. You have to come.
Oh, I would love that.
Yes,
I would love that.
Yeah. So where everybody comes and shares, what's coming up and what's going on.
Nice.
So it's very similar to it's like Agents Anonymous, because it's like a meeting where we're all get to share,
right?
Because we're all in it together.
Yes,
it's like very. Nobody really understands
exactly
what we go through,
except other agents.
Yes, because they think people think it's the reason I have a viral reel. I think it's up to like 450,000 views. And every day I'll get more likes or comments on it. And I'm like, this thing's still going. It's been like 9 months or like a year. So it's still out there getting views.
Gosh.
It's because it's like laughing of like people saying like just getting like free money. Because people get it. That it's just so hard. It's like us laughing and being like, ha ha ha. Like it's like, oh yeah, we're just collecting checks. I mean, it's so, I mean, and then the list of all the things that we pay for. And that's why I tell people too, like if people are like, oh, I just want to be just like you, and I have a team I'm like, oh, well, my overhead's around like 150,000 a month. And people are like, wait, what? And I'm like, no, that's.
And I'm just like, nope.
I'm like, yeah, that's like what it is. It's like, yep, I have lots of expenses. We have a billboard going to go up. We have team photo shoots. It looks like the set of a Chanel or Dior, shoot. I mean, I do lots of extra things that, and, help my team a lot. So it's just, it's running a business. You're really a CEO.
Absolutely.
Like if you're a single agent, if you're running a team, it's like, you are the CEO. This is a business you're running. That's what I was talking about. I wish that we got more education, like real life in college.
Right.
I didn't learn that. at University of Georgia, they were just like, here's a sweatshirt and here's a free credit card.
You're like, cool.
And you're like, great, you know, and then you don't really get what it is. So,
right.
Yes, I'm very passionate about making sure my children know about that.
Yes, that's so important because my mom would always say the same thing because she would, you know, she's like, or my parents would be like, okay, if you have this much money and you spend this much, then how much do you have left?
Yeah.
But again, I was still young and dumb, and because also same thing, went to college, they're like, here's a credit card. I'm like, cool. Like I was 18. I'm like,
I know.
that's awesome. So I can buy this and pay later. Like, but you don't understand
They don't tell you.
Yeah, you don't understand the full weight of it, and you know you're in college. It's not like you're making $500,000 per year. Like you know, you're in college. Like okay, and no one has money. You know,
exactly.
We're like figuring out. We're just new to life right now.
Yeah, and it wasn't because I did not. You know, I was really blessed that my dad, he paid for college, gave me a car, but then we're done.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it's like you're on your own.
That's how, like, and I agree. I think that's a great way to be, and like what it is. So when it came down, when I got myself in all that trouble, it was like,
this is
done. Yeah. It was like, well, bankruptcy, and so you know, thank God that was available, even though there was all the shame and all. But like, I learned the lesson. I'm not going to do it again.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like no ego and sober and learn the lesson. So learning how to focus on money and growing it and all these different things. But in our business, it is so unique because it's not like every month there's no paycheck.
Exactly. And I always, when people are like, oh, I want to do real estate, I'm like, all right, make sure a couple of things. Here's your overhead. And I break down the fees.
Yes.
And like, okay, if you're going to have, let's say you get a listing, but you might not get one right off the bat, but like if you do, you're going to pay you could pay $10,000 in marketing before it ever hits the market. So you're $10,000 into that property.
Yes.
And I always say like, okay, you need to have at least $100,000 in your bank. And they laugh, and I'm like, I'm not kidding.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
Yes.
Yes.
And they look at me like I'm insane. I'm like, no, I'm telling you this from experience of like, you're going to spend so much money.
You have to have your savings.
Yeah.
You have to be ready and prepared. But if you do it, it's the best career. I mean, I love it. I encourage people, like, if you have the hustle and the grit, you can do it. But it's just nothing's like handed to you. You know, you have to keep moving and calling and be very social and be out there and be able to take no for an answer. And but I think too, the reason I believe that I've been able to grow so much is because having the Southern. I think being Southern.
Oh, you're so nice.
Has really helped, and people are kind of like, whoa, and I'm always just complimenting people being and like very genuinely.
Yes.
But and like caring about them. Like when I go to someone's listing, I'm like, oh my God, congratulations, because I know how hard it is to get a listing.
Yes.
So some people just take it for granted. You're like, oh, congrats. You know, you don't even know what you have to go through to get to that finish line, to be standing there at a broker's open. So you want to be polite and nice.
For sure.
And thoughtful and say thank you. And, oh, is it okay if I take photos? I would tag you. Just be, like, respectful that way.
For sure.
That's how I met everybody. I would always go on caravan.
Yes.
I went around. I would say, hi, I'm Shelton. And, you know, thank you for having me. And, like, so get to know people.
For sure. And where we actually finally met in person was
at Lindsay and
Lindsay and Lauren,
Lindsay
which we both
we're in love with.
I love them so much.
Girls.
They're so nice. They're like, they hustle too. They're super successful, but they're really, really, really kind.
They're really kind. Yes. And she is so funny because Lauren and I are on a deal together now, and
so
she's bad cop and I'm good cop, and it is such a good
that
combination.
Is so funny.
And it's so great.
Yeah, it's so funny because they have such funny personalities.
They're so really different. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hilarious because like Lindsay, I've worked with her a lot too because she works at the agency as well. So it's like, I mean, it's just so funny, but I helped her, and it's like I almost cared more because I was helping her with her business than I did with just my own. I was like so meticulous, and I was like double checking, triple checking, and calling everybody like, is this fine? Is this right? Is it correct? Like, you know, because you're just, and you know, and you're like, okay, just calm down and trust yourself. But I'm so nervous because it's like I'm going
didn't wanna
above
let her
and
down.
beyond. Yeah,
You
I
didn't
did
wanna-
not want
yeah.
to let her down. So, and she's been really good to me too. And
That's so good. But
So-
you show up for people though.
yeah,
So
I
that's
try to.
that's what
I
you
try.
just say. I can know that about you, and that I think that in this business, and that's what I look for too. When I, we have a new social media gal starting today. I'm so excited.
I love
But
that.
it's anybody that has an attitude. Just say yes, because that's kind of what the business is. Because
Yeah.
I mean, there are agents, and good for them, amazing for them, where they have like very, very strict boundaries, where they're like, you can't text at this time, you can't call, I have Saturdays off, all these different things. That is so great, and I can appreciate it, but that is not how I am. And I am always available. So I work every day. This is, I'd say 24/7 kind of business. And I think that that's fine because it's their biggest transaction, it's their biggest investment.
A lot of money.
And so it's like if someone needs to reach me, even if you just text back, I'm like, I'm actually at dinner, but I'll call you after, or I'm actually, doing this, but let me get back to you at certain times, or tell them when you're available. But like that extra communication, I call myself the communication queen. I just really try to stay in contact that way.
Yes.
Because I think that makes me feel safe when people let me know what they're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So-
think that's a good strategy because I mean, Michelle, we always would talk about that in the beginning, like just almost over communicate.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you need to make sure they know that you're here for them, and
Yes.
because
Yeah.
like if you think about it,
It's very scary.
$1 million even is a lot of money at stake, right?
Of
So
course.
and it's like that's a lot of money. So and even beyond that, it's just a lot of money. It's scary especially if it's like their first time buying. And personally, that's my favorite because I like to hold their hand and walk them through
That's
the
what we do,
process.
yeah.
Like, and I think it's important. Even if they've bought 4 times, it's still. There's a lot of emotion that we're working with, and that we're
Very.
managing, and we're trying to we have to stay calm because that's important. I had a
Yes.
client say, well, actually they left it in a review, which was so nice of them, and they said she was a calm, friendly face during a stressful process, and I was like, oh, that is like the ultimate
That's
compliment.
very
because
sweet. Yeah,
you want-
put that in your Instagram. Calm, friendly face.
and you're like, okay, good. Like this is, it's important because it is a lot, and
Yes.
it can be scary, and
Very scary for
It's a
people.
big step.
So have to have a lot of empathy, and I say that we are a crown of patience
absolutely
every day, because that's the real job. It's like
Yes.
being patient, meeting people where they are,
Right.
versus being pushy and and it's like being really like a real estate therapist.
Right,
It's-
and
it's
not
the job.
not salesy, because
Oh.
they can, like, we call it commission breath, right?
Oh,
They can
yeah.
when they, and I just always was like, nope. Even though everybody needs money, right? It's LA, but like you need to operate from a place of calm.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's whatever happens. You've had deals fall through. People don't know, but it's happened to all of us.
Oh yeah, but also I'll be the first person to be like, no, this is a mess. Like we got to get out of this deal.
This is not right for you.
No, this is not right. And yeah, I'm the agent that will tell you all the things that are wrong with the house.
Yes.
I'm not going to sell you on it. Be like, okay, because I want to be #realtor for life and sell the house later. So if you're buying it, I want to tell you what could be issues come up when you're going to sell it in the future. So you're not like blindsided. Well, why didn't you tell me this when I was buying it? You were just selling the house, and you didn't say that this street is not as good as the other street. But that's why I say all of that up front. You have to just be very transparent.
Yes, you have to, because you have to think about all of it in the long term too.
In the long
It's
term.
not just a right now thing, it's a long term thing,
Yes.
which is where, we build our relationships. It's a relationship business, so it's important because, and also because you're from the South, I'm from the Midwest, so it's very
Exactly.
we don't know, like people would be like, you're so honest, and I'm like, well, or you're so yourself. I'm like, well, who else would I be?
Yeah, there's no trickery.
Right,
no,
or
no,
like
no.
I said what I said, and sometimes people ask for your opinion and they might get offended, but I'm like, well, I'm just telling you
asked,
the truth.
yes.
Like you asked me, I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly.
And so I think the honesty is something that is important. Like I remember I had clients and we were walking through. We had I'm what I call a marathoner, because I'll do 10 showings in a day.
Oh, I call that house drunk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can't remember.
It's like, what house is it? What are the address?
Yes,
So
that's
like,
what it is.
I have
Yeah.
notes constantly
Oh,
taking
wow.
notes, and I
Yeah.
have everything in the note, and I'll map it all out. You map it out, you do that, and which is like a whole thing in itself.
That is so much work too.
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
And and sometimes I'm like, okay, how do people do this without assistance? Because some people don't have them, and I'm like, I don't know how you figure these things out. How do you even know the address of all of your listings? But I remember those clients, they were so sweet, and it was their first house. But we walked into this one house, and I was like, no. Come here. And we're like, walk this way. And so we walk, and then I'm like, see this? The floor is like slanting. I was like, this is not a good job. Like, they redid the house, but it wasn't. I was like, this is not your house. Yeah. And it was the very last house. It was like the 10th house that we went in that day. You know, and it's a lot because you have to unlock the house lock. Like, not always. Sometimes agents are not present at the showing.
Oh my God.
So you have to do all of that. And
you're like, so much sweating, like, thinking of the lock boxes and the keys are the hardest.
It's so much.
Oh
and
God.
I feel like people don't realize, you know, and sometimes I have to we put our phones on Do Not Disturb because you're like, I just need to get through these appointments, and, you know, people are calling and texting, but you're like, I have to be present in these moments, and I can't answer this or this or this, and it's a lot. I mean, it can be so much, and I think the only people that understand are other agents.
Yeah, so that's why you got to come to see
yes.
the other agents. Yes.
I would love that.
Very good.
So what are your non-negotiables? Like, what are things you have to do every day for you that needs to be done before you start working? Before you start working, what do you have to do?
I'm not like that. I can look at my phone right
when you get up.
Yeah, and then like right back to stuff. But I get up so early now because I started that Monarch gym. And
yes.
So I was telling you about the working out, and so I get up at 5. My alarm goes up at 5:12, and then I get up like 5:30, and then I go to the gym. It's at 6 to 7, and then I'll have tennis after, or go get ready. I have my hair done 2 or 3 times a week.
Nice.
My lady comes.
I love that.
But I get to work while I'm doing that, so that's really good. But I can just get right to it because I like for things to be answered and done quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I listen to a lot of Audible at night, and like Joel Osteen and other like amazing, you know, The Secret or the
I listen to
all these things, so it's like in my psyche all the
sure.
time. Like I'm very, you know, God Squad, I call it Christian. I'm like I just believe obviously in the power of positive thinking and like constantly mantras and prayers, and that's why I have positron. And my biggest thing is that I just believe that everything's happening for me, not to you. Mm-hmm. And so I try to share that with clients too. Like if they didn't get a house, there's all these offers, and they didn't get something. I'm like, no. Every single time, it's because that's not your house. Like this or something better. It's coming for you. And so being like that in my own life as well is very important. But I have to get really, I just kind of stay grounded, I feel like. But I like doing all this new exercise in tennis. Has been really helping me out.
Yes, I will say that even in, you know, navigating grief and then navigating real estate at the same time, those are the working out, the yoga, Pilates, the HIIT training, the lifting weights. I have a trainer 2 days a week, and then I work out on my own 3 other days, and then weekends I kind of just take off and chill from the working out.
It's probably good for recovery.
Yeah, just take those 2 days, because I go really hard all week, and then same as you, I wake up at 5, you know, I'm in the gym like 5:36, out by 7:30 at the latest, usually 7. And then, you know, because our days start early, and
so it was like getting that over with in the beginning.
Yeah, so it's like that's important. Out of the way,
yes.
And now I don't have to think about it all day or try to do it at the end of the day when we all know something happens. You're like, I'll go at 5. No, you won't, because you're going to be on a showing, or you're going to be, you know, you're going to be doing paperwork, or you're doing something, you know, involving clients, and you know, you have to put them first. So for me, like the me time is
early morning,
very early, because I'm like, this is the only time that no one's going to be needing something. Escrow is not open.
Yeah,
nothing is open.
That's why I love it early too. It's just like you got to get in, and this is like the first year I've ever really had any sort of exercise routine, and I love it. And
I love
obsessed.
that.
I mean, I love Monarch so much. I invested in it.
I love that.
I'm like, so yeah, because it's like the whole health, you know, thing with the concierge doctor and all that too. But I love that, and that's kind of been, I guess, my new way, non-negotiables is the exercise.
For sure.
And I didn't have, and tennis, the obsession with tennis.
I love that. It's so
very
fun.
but it's also so social. So I get to be at the Riviera. I'm on the tennis team.
Yeah.
And I've like meeting all these cool people, and it's been great.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's super important to have that as an adult, I think, because
yes,
I grew up dancing and competitive dancing, so I still dance, and so my kind of it's a social thing too, because you go to class and you see your friends at class, and you can go to different studios and different classes, and then you're meeting like more people, and you just kind of keep evolving, and so it's so much fun. And I think it's important to have that and to have some balance in your life,
some sort of outlet. Yeah. I didn't, because I really suffered, meaning by my own degree, is that I turned all of my energy to workaholism.
Yes.
And so now having this has I really do feel that I have a much better balance in my life.
Yes.
And then I have the right team in place. I have the best assistant ever.
I love that.
They're both so amazing, and everybody that I work with I have the highest level A team ever. I am so grateful. It's like a well-oiled machine, and like that makes it so I can be a mom and be with the kids, and then travel sometimes, because my 11-year-old's on the national lacrosse team.
So cool.
And so that's cool, and like go to tennis with my 9-year-old, but it's just I have to have that. And we have a full-time nanny too, that's our mommy too. That's like,
I love that. I was a nanny before this.
Oh wow, yeah. So she's a game changer. I mean, she's 11 and a half years been with us. So.
That's amazing. And that's so important,
yeah.
because I always looked at it as like, okay, I'm here to help raise them to be good human beings.
Yes.
And successful, and
Exactly.
And it's a really important job.
It's so important.
Yeah, you're like
the caregiver.
Yeah.
She's mommy too. They call her mom. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, yep, wish she was my mom too. She's amazing.
Oh yeah, I had that too with little kids. They would say mommy Lindsay, and I would be like, oh, I have to figure out how to explain to them that I'm not their mom. You're like, oh my gosh, but they're just so little that
and now they still say it. It's like whatever.
And
I'm like, yep, she's the mom.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love
it. I have no ego. Who cares?
Yeah,
we're all a family together.
Yeah, and I think that's probably part of why you're so successful too.
Because she's like my wife.
Right?
I need help. She helps with like the food and then the laundry. I mean, if I had to do all of that,
right,
and run this big, it's a big company I'm running.
Yes.
Then it wouldn't work.
Yes, and I'm really glad you have that, because that's right now. It's just me. So I do the laundry.
I know you were saying Friday nights. I was like, oh gosh, I did.
Like that's what I have to carve out either Friday morning early or Friday during some time. I have to carve out a little bit of time to make sure my space is clean and everything's clean and organized, and the cooking and whatever. But I'm like, okay, once you get to a certain level, like where you are, I'm like,
find your time back.
Yeah, then I will outsource all the things.
Yes,
because I'll be able to be like, okay, now we're good. I can do this is good. Mm-hmm. And so you give me and many others like something to aspire to.
Yes, so. I mean that's to be able to get to a certain level. My thing is that, and I really want everybody to hear me here, is that I don't work on any of my weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Nothing. I don't care about it. I hire out for my weaknesses.
For sure.
So I just keep strengthening what are my best things that I can do. And that is networking, that's talking, that's being with clients, that's my energy. And that's, going to these networking things. I'm a part of Realm, which is amazing. Like talk to 600 agents around the country. It's like being on their pocket, doing this kind of stuff. That's my sphere of genius.
Yeah.
And even something that's just changed. We're not doing leases in my company anymore. I can't do it. There's too much drama. Too much stuff came up. It stressed me out more than anything. It's just
so much paperwork.
But I love my clients so much, and then I can't do it. The real estate agents were getting arrested for
terrifying.
And so I was like, no, it's not. I can't do it. And I have a great person I refer to, and he can do it and take care of it. And then if they want to sell or buy whatever, it comes right back to me. But I have to stay in my sphere of genius.
Yes.
And I can't do stuff that I'm not good at. Like I want to, I hire out for it. And that's my best piece of advice.
Yes, and I think that is so good, because I did so many leases in the beginning, and I just,
of course.
I am
absolutely burned out on them. I mean, I have a few. It's like it depends on the circumstance.
Yes.
Is it someone who it's like that I've helped before or whatever, but I've started saying no to them, and it's been a really great decision for me.
Yeah.
Because it takes away from, I do a lot of open houses, and I go to events, and like I go to things, and that's sort of my like what process.
That's what you're good.
Yeah, it's what I'm really good at, because I did the door knocking, I did the cold calling, but like it wasn't authentic for me, and
me either.
It wasn't really bringing me anything, and I'm like, I'm pouring
just stress.
hours
Just giving stress.
Yeah, so and leases are the same, where it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of showings. They cancel, or they don't show up, or you get there and then they cancel the showing when you just arrived, or you've been there and you have everything set up, and then they cancel, and you're like, I just drove 45 minutes for this, and where you just have to start to be like, no.
Yeah.
That is the one boundary that you're like, no.
Yeah, I had to do it. And I know I have a client that's probably not thrilled with me, but I'm like, I love you, but I can't.
You just don't have the capacity.
Because with the lease, they're still in the property. Mm-hmm. And when something comes up, they're going to call me.
Yeah.
Even I'm not the property manager. Mm-hmm. And it gets me so
We even
stressed.
have disclosures about it. Like, we do not.
we can't help you, but it doesn't matter. They still call.
Yeah.
And they're unhappy, or the landlord's unhappy, the tenant's unhappy. And then I hear about it, and then it's just too much.
It's too much. I agree. And after a while, you're like, okay, I've paid my dues in that respect.
And I love it, and I agree, and I want to have income properties myself, but that's why I'll have like a property manager handle it.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
And that's what most people do that have multiple properties, or that like rent out. They're like, we don't do anything, someone else does. And
exactly. And that's fine.
And you just pay them a little bit, and you collect the money, and it's like passive income. That's super smart.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, at least we know leases, so we know.
I know how to do it.
Right? We're like,
it's just the rules keep changing.
Yes.
And there's the price gouging, and it got too complicated.
It's complicated. It's really just not.
The lawyers don't even know. They can't even keep up.
Yeah. I'm like, if you can't keep up.
It's too much changes. Just do what you're great at.
Yeah, and it's too much. You're putting so much on the line for the $100 or whatever it ends up being,
Not
because people don't understand that we do a lot of stuff and a lot of paperwork, and then it's like $50.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Like, no, I worked for 7 months for this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think that's probably a good choice.
Yeah. I know. It's my new choice.
Yeah, I think that's I stand with you on that.
Exactly.
So I have 3 questions.
Okay.
That I will ask every guest.
Okay.
And you're my first one.
Oh, great.
First
okay,
interview.
I'm ready.
So I'm super excited.
Okay.
Okay, so besides your family,
yes,
what are you the most proud of that you have accomplished?
I know the answer to it. And, it's the first thing is my sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's major.
And I've stayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ever since. So that's really great. And then the second would be obviously my family and all of that. But I wouldn't have anything without sobriety. But when I was 6 years old, my parents were divorced. And then my stepmom, and she's amazing. She's still with my dad, and they're the best. But she randomly told me about that she bought her parents bought her nanny the house. It was in North Carolina. And I was 6 years old. I was like, I'm going to do that. Who does that? I don't know why. But I vividly remember thinking that. Mm-hmm. And so in 2022, we were able to get Nino a house.
Oh my gosh.
So we didn't buy the whole thing cash, but we were able to put the money down to buy her the house as a gift.
Wow.
And then we got her like a 3.2 rate.
Oh my gosh.
And then got her a house that has like an ADU, so she's able to rent some of it out. So her monthly is less than like what she was paying for rent. And she owns the house, and it's in their name. And so
that's incredible.
That's giving like generational. It's like changing, because I believe so much in home ownership.
Yes.
It's like, she has this house that was like $875, and now it's already worth $1.1. Yeah. And then she has all the equity in that, and it's hers, and she could do whatever she'd like. But she's so grateful, and it has like so much pride in it and everything. And like the other day, somebody was like, "Yeah, but do you pay?" I'm like, "Yes, that was a gift. Like it wasn't for anything. It was not like, it's just she could quit tomorrow if she wants to. There's no, but it's just that felt so good." And I had that dream as a 6-year-old. I said I was going to do it. and I manifested that out because I really do believe that there's so much freedom in owning a home. Like, no one's ever going to call her and be like, oh, you need to leave your house. You need to do this. It's hers.
I love that.
So, yeah, I'm very proud of that. Clark and I did that.
Oh, I would be so proud of that. That just also speaks volumes about the people that you are, because I think also what we have in common is like, I'm also a giver and I love to. So like I have dreams like that too. That
was a huge dream.
Yeah, like I want to pay for my dad to go to Italy because he wants to see the Vatican. I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pay for this, and like
you'll do that.
Yeah. So it's good
to have goals like that. So it's not just like I want this and I want to have this for me.
Yeah.
It's like we hadn't even ever bought an income property for ourselves, and we're not like some super wealthy people.
Right. You work hard for your money.
That's why. She was always like, oh, it's like it meant so much.
Yes.
And I wasn't like, I'm going to go buy this for myself. It was the first thing we ever did that was big was for a gift.
And it means more.
But so much more.
Than like, oh, I bought a car because whatever, it's just a car, you know?
Yeah.
And also I love that because, they say you know who you are by the time you're 6 years old. So
I really knew.
You knew.
I knew that I love to be of service and give back, and I mean she's changed our lives. I mean, if we didn't have her, I mean, our children are incredible. I believe it's because they have 3 parents.
That's amazing.
That are so stable and always there for them and always around.
I love that so much.
So anyway,
now everyone that's a nanny is gonna be like, how come?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Because there's people way more money.
Yeah.
But
like no one bought me a house. I mean, they paid me, which is great. But, and they're
it's like the gift of shelter. I mean, I really believe in our business. I mean, when we bought this house, that was a total fixer. Now it's like absolutely beautiful. It took us 6 years to renovate it over time, but it's our dream house now. But it's just like everything changed. That's why I tell my clients, so much abundance started happening in our lives. It's like God's like, okay, you believe in yourself enough to take the rest to buy this home. We're going to keep giving you more and more and more. And it's just like, then you work harder, you have such more of a purpose.
Yes.
It's life-changing. So that's why I really believe in what we do as real estate agents, that it's not just getting the home and this and that. It's like there's so much that can come from owning.
Yes. And it's almost like you're fueled more by helping other people. Because if you're operating from a selfish space of like, oh, I can't wait to just get this check.
No.
Because I never even think about the check.
No.
Ever. People will be like, what's the commission? I'm like, I don't know.
I literally don't know.
I'm just trying to I don't know. You just can't operate from that space because you won't. If you're not.
It feels too gross, and it's the commission breath, and then it's all of that.
And you can tell, or
you can feel, and you can tell the difference.
The ego, the huge ego, and you're like, oh, this is gross.
Yeah,
I don't like it, and I think it's important to
there's change.
Yeah, it's good to operate from a place of like compassion and helping other people and being of service, because we are.
Yeah.
So, what do you like most about yourself?
Oh, what do I like most about myself? I would say I like my vibe. I like my energy.
You have
people
great.
say that's what people say, and I like that I make people feel comfortable and welcome and invited, and I use a lot of humor to just make sure people can like drop into themselves.
Yes.
And they can be honest, and and I believe so much in integrity, and if something's out of integrity, I have to like get out of there. I can feel the energy.
You feel it.
I gotta go.
Oh, you're an empath too. I can tell. Yes, and I think that's another thing that we sort of just connected on. Yes. I was like, because as soon as I saw you when we met at the brokers open, I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, wait, do I say something? Because I'm like, I don't know if she's going to. And you were so nice and just warm and welcoming. And we hugged. And it was like
right away.
A soul click.
Yes.
Of like, ooh, that's a good person.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I think it's important. And I think I just want to highlight that. Because not everyone is,
we're fortunate that there are a lot of really good, nice agents who are good people, but not all of them.
Not all. So we collect the good ones.
Yeah.
And then we all want to work together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it definitely matters.
It makes a huge difference.
Yes.
And like, I feel like the energy that you give away, and like Lauren and Lindsay, because we really like them, it's like, if we were like, let's go on a trip somewhere, we would have the best time. Because we would just laugh and, you know.
For sure.
Like,
for sure. Yes. It's so important. Yeah. That energy, and that's like the positron that I have.
Yes.
That I really do believe that everything's happening for me, not to me, and everything's happening for you, not to you. And I just kind of believe that. And I don't, some people just have like a sad disposition, and I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah.
But I have a very sunny and positive outlook. And
Yes.
even my boys, I'll ask them, what's your favorite part about me? I've just asked them before, and they said, oh, your positive mindset.
I love that.
The boys,
It's like they
that.
know.
They say
they
that.
know.
It's
Yeah.
really nice. So I try to be that way and only think of the good in other people.
Mm-hmm. I think those are really good qualities. My parents were like that, so they kind of passed
I
that
can tell
along.
that
And like,
about
thank you. And I try to look for the good in people too, because I
Yes.
believe that we are all inherently good. It's just that life happens, or things happen, and then, you know, so like, even when people are yelling at you, you're like, okay, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and this is coming from somewhere. Like, there's a reason that they are acting out or being
They're
like
acting
this.
that way.
And
Exactly.
I'm not going to stoop to that level.
Nope.
So I'm just going to continue being nice. And it's
Exactly.
worked multiple times.
I'm sure it's worked.
I had somebody be like, you know what? I'm really sorry that I was rude to you. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I thought, okay, see, now if I had reacted and I had been rude back, they wouldn't be saying this.
Yeah,
and
true.
I would feel bad that I was rude. So
Exactly, because then I'll have to feel bad later.
Yeah.
So might
and
as
I'm
well
like,
just
I
be
don't
nice.
have to apologize, because I didn't do anything. I still showed up for them. I did my job, and I was nice, and then they ended up apologizing. And I was like, okay.
See, that's how it works.
So you just operate from a space of compassion, and everything is good.
So true. Yes.
So for my last question,
Okay.
what have you not accomplished yet that you really want to accomplish, if it's something that you want to share or can share?
Oh yeah. Well, I am writing a book.
I love that.
With the power positron. We don't have exactly the name. The positron's trademarking in
Amazing.
And you know, right now,
Yeah.
we have swag. We have we
Oh.
have mugs. And
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna
sweatshirts.
wear it everywhere.
Oh yeah. No, it's very cute. So I'm excited about that, and I've accomplished a lot of the things that I kind of had in my goals. I always have big goals.
Oh yes.
I always have huge major goals, and so a lot of that I'm excited about that, because I think that will be fun. Yeah, and then I do want to have more real estate. I've been investing in other things, but I do want, a big goal is to have more, like, try to buy something every year.
Yes.
I've heard of a lot of agents that say that. Like, even like Ron Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know how many properties, or Sally Forrester Jones. A lot of these agents that have been around 40 or more years.
They own a lot.
They say that. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, that's like building wealth. And,
Absolutely.
And so I think is very important.
I love that, and I agree with you, because we talk about that a lot in the office. Like, other agents, or they'll have properties here, then they have properties out of state, and then
of course.
they're just, you know, thinking. Then they have so much in passive income, because they're like, our job has an expiration date. You can't do this forever, because again, like, no one's paying us every 2 weeks and all of that. So it does make sense to start putting that, you know, and real estate is like a sure way to wealth.
Well, we know I think there's a stat that says that 80 or 90% of millionaires are made through real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the most way that people, you know, can become wealthy. So it's just it's not just, but it's more like generational. It's something to have, or that way would be great. That like the boys could run, but they will have to learn, and they know the value of money. Nothing's just like handed over.
Right.
No. Everyth's worked for, just how we've done.
Right.
But yeah, I do think that would be interesting. And also it helps you to learn. And I want to become a developer. I want the boys to be developers. So
Oh,
that's
that would be
another
so
thing.
cool.
So property and developing, like flipping. We've been a part of like a lot of flips and a lot of different things like that with my team, but just knowing that side of it being the development side.
Yes, because that's a whole other
It's a whole nother thing.
whole other
But
side.
I think it's very important.
Yes.
So yeah, those are the goals. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. There you go.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time. And you should tell people where they can follow you.
Oh yes, Shelton Wilder Estates on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm also getting back on TikTok. I'm doing funny videos on there.
I love that.
It's coming back, and then I have a podcast, Wilder Possibilities, on YouTube. So I'm on YouTube. Everything's Shelton Wilder. You can pretty much find me.
Okay. Amazing. So
Yes.
they will get a lot from following you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I put a lot of content out.
Yes.
That's for sure.
That's a whole other job in itself. But
Yes, that's another job. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Yay! Thank you.
I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your time, and this was awesome. As always, thank you so much for listening to Behind the Glamour. You can like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, and stay tuned for the next episode.